Hi guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com, and in this week's ukulele lesson, we're going to be learning St. James Infirmary. So before we get into talking about this tune and learning it, can we get a round of applause for Evan? So Evan is 13 years old. I know, 13 years old. It's ridiculous. And I think what impressed me the most was the fact was not just his performance, but he also arranged this song and he notated it. Can't talk today. Notated it. And I'm not talking about just writing out the tab. He wrote out the standard notation in addition to the tablature. And it's mind-blowing. So here's the exciting thing. Evan is going to be doing videos for us from time to time throughout the future. So I went ahead and set up a forum post so you guys can ask him any question. I'm sure a lot of folks will have questions that they want to ask, or if you just want to say hi and introduce yourself, then go ahead and click that link right there and it'll take you to a forum post on our site. If you aren't a member of rockclass101.com, you will need to sign up for basic membership, which is 100% free. And you can leave a comment for Evan saying hello or a question or anything that you want. So before we get into learning this tune, let's go ahead and talk about this lesson. So this lesson is going to be the part 1 lesson. And in the part 1 lesson, we're going to learn the first half of this song. So if you guys want to learn the second half, we're going to be covering that in the part 2 lesson at rockclass101.com. So you can click this link right here or go to the site and do a search for St. James Infirmary. Now at that page, you'll also be able to get the tabs that you can print off and follow along with as a PDF format, as well as access the on-screen tab viewer. Now this is a really cool feature where you can hit play, watch the tabs scroll across in real time. You can highlight bars to loop sections, slow it down to any speed you wish. Just a really great asset in learning this song that much easier. All right, so let's kick into learning this tune. A couple of things we need to talk about before we get started. So Evan wrote this song in 2/4, so we need to keep in mind that we have 2 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat. The other thing is that we're applying a triplet fill to the tune. Now, it's not going to be the 8th note triplet that we talked about a few weeks ago, where this lesson came out and we highlighted the difference between straight 8th note versus swung 8th note. The thing that's happening here is that every time we see an 8th note, it's going to be equivalent to this. You can see that the first hit is going to last 3/4 of the beat, and the second hit is going to last 1/4. So that gives us a long short feel to our playing, looking at this from a 16th note point of view. So every time you have an 8th note in this song, it's going to be the equivalent of the first hit of the 8th note holding it for 1 E end, and then the second hit would be on the ah. So you can really see clearly that the first hit lasts longer, 3/4, 1 E end. The second hit lasts for only ah. Okay, so we're literally taking an 8th note, subdividing it into a 16th note, 4 hits, and that's what gives us the first hit lasting 3/4, the second hit lasting 1/4. So if that concept is new to you and kind of blows your mind, then definitely check out that link that I put up there just a second ago, because it goes into that concept in much greater detail. Now we can clearly hear this long short for the 8th note hits. When I demo the first part of this intro, you're going to hear ba da 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 da. You can hear long short da. So that rhythm is 8th note followed by quarter. 1 a 2, 1 a 2, 1 a 2. You can really hear it clearly with that. So you want to keep that in mind. So we're not playing it at all like straight 8th notes where everything is even, where it would be 1 and 2, 1 and 2. We really want to have that long short 1 a 2, 1 a 2, long short da, long short da. So you really want to get that feel down. All right, so let's go ahead and kick into our intro. So we've got 8 bars that we're going to tackle. I'm going to play the first bar, then we'll break it down and learn it straight out of the basic A minor. Okay, so keep that rhythm that we just highlighted in mind. So go ahead and make the basic minor with the middle finger. We're gonna go strum and then come up, and we can do another strum, or what I like to do is to come up and just use the nail of my thumb and hit string 1 and then come down again for beat 2. So for this song, I think it's really vital that we highlight or accent beat 2. So 1, a 2, 1, a 2. So you can hit it harder, hit beat 2 harder with more emphasis, and it'll make it stand out a little bit more. 1, a 2. So let's see if we can try you and I together. So 1, a 2. So we have down, up, down. So it's very simple. Down, up, down. Okay, let's give it a shot. 1, 2. 1, a 2. Again. 1, 2. 1, a 2. Okay, so again, I'm just coming down with the nails of probably second and third finger, coming up with the nail of the thumb. I'm just hitting string 1 and then coming down again, but harder emphasis on beat 2. 1, a 2. Okay, from here we're going to switch to E7, so probably a chord we all know. So that's the first finger on the first fret of string 4, middle finger on the second fret of string 3, ring on the second fret of string 1. We have an open E as well. So same concept applies. 1, a 2. So let's try 1, 2. 1, a 2. Okay, let's backtrack. Let's try 1 to 2. 1, 2. 1, a 2. 1, a 2. Okay, going into bar number 3. We're going to start out with the A minor, and then we're going up to a diminished. So it sounds like this. And we're also incorporating a little slap. So if you're new to chucking, I like to approach it with a slap technique and then come up with this claw. So let me rephrase that. I like to come down with this claw shape and then come up with a pluck. So you can see when I come down with a claw shape, I'm literally have my 4 fingers intact for all 4 strings. That way when I come up, I can pluck. So check it out. I'm going to start with 1, and on beat 2, I'm going to come down with a slap with this claw shape, and then I'm going to move up to this diminished chord. So this is going to be 9, 8, 9. Basically is a G7 chord moved up the neck. Okay, and with this claw shape intact, it allows me to pluck this chord and come up on the of 2. So I have 1, a 2, So if you're new to this technique and the way that I do it, then check out this lesson because it goes super in-depth into the mechanics behind this technique. But in essence, again, guys, all we have is A minor, 1 slap on beat 2, and then go up to this diminished, and we're going to pluck it, and that's going to get held out to the next bar, and then we're going to vamp on it. So let me play bar 3 and 4 together so you get the context of this phrase. All this rhythm has that same theme tied throughout it. 1, a 2, But this time around, bar 3 and 4 gets tied. 1, a 2, a 2. So you're tying of 2 into the first hit of beat 4. So 1, a 2, a 2. 1, a 2, a 1, a 2. So we have strum 1, slap, pluck, hold, 1, strum. So let's see if we can try those 2 bars together, 3 and 4. 1, 2, strum, 1, slap, pluck, 1, strum. Okay, again. 1, 2, strum, 1, slap, pluck, 1, strum. Okay, now let's backtrack. Let's try the first 4 bars together. 1, 2. Okay, if we count it, 1, 2. Strum, a 2, strum, a 2, strum, a slap, pluck, 1, strum. Okay, now the next bar we're going into is F. So we have full bar chords coming up. Now, if you're new to the bar chord, it's really vital that you have proper left hand form. So I'm not talking about just keeping this finger straight, but we need to make sure that we understand what's happening here and behind the neck. So proper form is highlighted in this lesson, and I'll link all these extra lessons in the description box below too. So if you need a recap on anything, check out those lessons. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay flat on the 5th fret, strings 1, 2, 3, 4, and then take the pinky, put it on 8. So we're starting off with this F, and it's gonna go down for the next bar to an E, just by a half step. So same rhythm as the first couple bars. Okay, so you have 1, a 2, 1, a 2. Okay, so let's see if we can try that. So we start on 5 with 8. 1, a 2, 1, a 2. Okay, here we go, slow. 1, 2. Awesome. And after this, we're into 7 and 8. So here's what the last couple bars sound like. Okay, so starts with that A minor, 1, a slap, and then we're going to go back to E7 and pluck on the A of 2, hold into 1 for the next bar, and then we have these cool little slide licks. So it's going to be 6 to 7 on string 1. We have it 3 times in a row, and again, it follows the theme of that rhythm. A, 2, a. So you have a, 2, a. So you just 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you're just going 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, but you want to match that rhythm. So together you've got 1, a slap, pluck, slide, slide, slide. Let's see if we can try together slow. 1, 2, 1, a slap, pluck, slide, slide, slide. Okay, if we backtrack, let's try 5 through 8. 1, 2. Okay, and let's try 1 through 8 all the way through for this intro. 1, a 2, 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 So tricky one to count out with this one for sure. I would really recommend probably just to sing it out loud. If you sing while you play, you can help to get that feel down. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, da-da-da, ba-da-da, 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 ba-la-la-la. Right, that is much easier because you can just feel that music much better than trying to go 1, a 2, 1, a 2, So that's probably the way that I would approach this, really by feel. And it really helps you to kind of get it to groove a little bit more instead of keeping it so rigid. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into theme number 1. So let me play the first 4 bars and then we'll break it down and learn it. It sounds like this. Okay, so let's tackle that. So it's going to start out of that A minor, but this time around, we're not even going to be using the 4th string, so we don't need that 2nd fret of string 4. Instead, we're going to start with the open 3rd, and then we're going to follow it up with a pluck of strings 1 and 2. So for this, I can use a 3-finger approach for finger picking, whereas the thumb would get string 4 and 3, and index could get string 2, middle could get string 1. And this will give me a really easy picking approach for the right hand. So for this first part, I'm just going to go open 3rd, and then pluck 1 and 2, come down with a slap, and then pluck 1 and 2 again. All the while keeping that rhythm in mind. 1, a slap, Okay, so let's see if we can try that together. 1, 2, 1, a slap, Okay, after this we're back to E7, so the full E7 chord. So we're going to quick strum on this one, And then we've got this little slide like that happens on the ah of 2. So let me play this bar. So you can hear it's strum, then I'm going to lift these 2 fingers up, slide ring finger 2 to 5, and after that I'm going to go back to the 3rd fret with my middle finger, and then play the open A. So the melody's all on string 1 for that. So we have strum, slide 5, oh. So remember that rhythm, 1, a 2, ah, 1, a 2, ah. The hard thing is that quickness of that slide. So quick hits. So we have strum, slide 3, oh. Let's try slowly. 1, a 2, 1, a 2, Okay, if we backtrack 1 to 2, 1, a 2, 1, a 2, 1, a 2, Okay, now bar 3 and 4 we can actually learn together since the end of 3 ties into 4. Here's what 3 and 4 together sounds like. So you can hear it starts the same as the first bar, where you have 3, pluck 1 and 2, come down with a slap, and this time around we're going to pluck all 4 strings for the A minor. Okay, so this pluck is going to last into the first beat of the 4th bar. So if I count it, I have 1, a slap, a 2. So slowly, 3, pluck, slap, pluck, 3. So you can hear how it ties, right? 1, a 2, a 2. Missed that last note. But again, we'll break it down. So we start with 3, pluck 1 and 2, come down with the slap, then pluck the A minor, all 4 strings, hold that out into the first beat, play the open A, and then use your pinky to grab the 3rd fret of string 1. So again, I have 1, a 2, a 1, a 2. So if you and I try together, 1, 2, 1, a 2, a 1, a 2. So if I call out the hits, 1, 2, 3, pluck, slap, pluck, 1, 1. Awesome. So let's see if we can backtrack 1 through 4. 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2. All right, so let's take a look at bars 5 through 8. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then we'll break it down and learn it. Okay, so that's what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and start with bar 5. So we're going to be kicking off with this A5 chord, and it's going to use a bit of a stretch, not too bad. Take first finger, put on the 3rd string, 4th fret. Middle finger goes on the 2nd string, 5th fret. Pinky goes on the 7th fret of the 1st string. So we've got 4, 5, 7. So for this one, all we're going to be doing is playing or highlighting the melody on the 1st string. So in essence, what we really have to do is just go strum and then get rid of the pinky, put the ring finger on the 6th fret of string 1, and then hit that note, and then go back to the pinky and play the 7th fret. So you have 1, a 2. So strum, 6, 7. So that's all that I would do for this bar. So let's see if we can try that bar together. 1, a 2, 1, a 2. Okay, so the next bar sounds like this, out of the F chord, full bar. So for this one, again, we can walk the melody on string 1. So we start with that full F chord shape that we already know. So we're going to go strum, lift the pinky up, play the 7th fret, and then lift the ring finger up, play the 5th fret of string 1, and then put the ring finger down and play the 7th fret. So you have strum, 7, 5, 7. Okay, so again, we're following the same suit melody walking on string 1. Okay, so pretty simple stuff right here, although hard to keep that bar intact and ringing throughout. So let's see if we can try this bar together. 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, a. Okay, if we backtrack, let's try 5 to 6. 1, a 2, 1, a 2, That's our rhythm. 1, a 2, 1, a 2, 1, a 2, Awesome. Now after this, we're going to go back a half step, and we have an E7 shape. Now this is the same shape that we all know from D7. It's pretty much the first bar chord most folks learn, but if we move that up a whole step, it becomes an E7. So if that stuff blows your mind, moving chords up and they become other chords, I'll put a link in the description box below for the caged method. It covers all of that. It covers how you can take basic chord shapes, move them up the neck, and they become other chords. So it really helps you break away from playing only in the beginning of the neck. So this 7th bar is going to sound like this. Okay, so we're going to, again, take the index, bar the 4th fret, then use the middle finger for the 5th fret of string 1. So we're going to pluck string 3, and then pluck 1 and 2 together. Come down with a slap, and then pluck all 4. 1, 2, So 3, pluck, slap, pluck. All 4 for the last hit. Now that's going to get tied into the first beat of the 8th bar, and the remainder of the 8th bar is going to be the same as the last bar preceding theme 1, where we had those 3 slides. Slide, slide, slide. So if we really look at 7 and 8 together, you have 1, 2, 2, Okay, so let's break that one down slowly. We have 3, pluck, slap, pluck, slide, slide, slide. So let's see if you and I can try that together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, Okay, so if we backtrack, let's see if we can try 5 through 8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, slide, slide, slide. Awesome. Now let's see if we can tackle all of theme 1, the first 8 bars. 1, 2, Alright guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the next 8 bars for theme 1. So this is going to be 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now here's the thing, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is identical to 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's all the same stuff that you've already played note for note. So everything is identical again. So the only difference is on the last half. So that would be 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's where we're going to start with bar 13. So let me go ahead and play this, and then we'll break it down and learn it. Okay, so that's what it sounds like, and let's look at 13. So again, we've got a bar chord, so lay flat on the 5th fret, add the ring finger to the 7th fret of string 1. So we're playing out of an F major 7 here. So we're going to strum, lift up, play the 1st string 5th fret, so that's barred. So you have strum 5, then add the pinky to 8 on string 2. You can pluck that plus string 3, which again is barred. So you have 1, 2. Okay, so let's see if we can try that together. 1, 2, 1, 2. So for the next bar, we're going to move back a half step. We're going back into that E7. So for this one, we can strum the whole E7 chord. And then we're going to quickly change to the 3rd fret of string 1 and follow it with an open A. So check out this bar. So it goes 1, 2, So the first hit this time is a quarter. So we have 1, 2, Okay, so you have strum 3, 0. So let's try that together. 1, 2, 1, 2, Okay, so if we look at those 2 bars put together, so this is 13 and 14. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, Okay, one more time, slower. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, So really, kind of interesting because that 13 is 1 a 2, and then 14 was 1 2 a. So it flip-flops that rhythm. Okay, let's look at the last two bars, so 15 and 16. Sounds like this. So it's going to start kind of like that previous bar that we did where we have 3 and then pluck the open 1 and 2, come down with a slap and pluck the open, or I'm sorry, all 4 strings for the A minor. 1, a, 2, a. You're going to hold that into the first beat of the last bar, and we can come down with a regular slap, or we can get a little bit more creative with it. We can do something like a little tap roll, pinky, third, second, index, thumb, or you can even hit a harmonic up on the 12th fret. So, you can keep it simple, you can do more percussive, or you can do, a harmonic. So let's see if we can try those two bars together. Very simple. 1, a, 2, a, 1, a, 2, a, 1. Boom. Okay, so if we backtrack, let's try those last 4 bars together, starting from the F major 7. 1, a, 2. 1, a, 2, 1, 2, a, 1, a, 2, a. Boom. Okay, and now let's cover the last 8 bars, so 9 through 16. 1, a, 2, a, 1, a, 2, a, 1, a, 2, a, 1, a, 2, a, 2, 1, a, 2, 1, a, 2, a, 1, a, 2, a. Pretty cool, right? So that should cover everything for this lesson. So guys, we're pretty much halfway through, probably more than halfway through, because the thing with theme 3, it's very similar to theme 1 with some variations thrown in. So the majority of the song has been learned, but theme 2 has some really, really cool stuff going on. And that's where we're going to pick up with the part 2 lesson. So guys, if you want to learn the second half or the remainder of this tune, we're going to be covering that at this link right here, or you can go to the site and do a search for St. James Infirmary. And don't forget that on that page you can also get the tabs to print off and follow along with, as well as access that on-screen tab viewer, that really cool feature where you can hit play, watch the tab scroll across in real time. Really, really useful stuff, super duper neat, and really helps learn this song that much easier. All right, guys, again, if you want to say hi to Evan and leave him a question or a comment, then that form link will be in the description box below. So please do say hi. And again, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in the part 2 one. Take care.